Oti, what is Jake to you?
This is Jake, and on the German version of Strictly, I knocked his tooth out with a high kick.
So, Oti's damaged dancer. James, how do you know Jake?
This is Jake. When he split up with his girlfriend, everyone blamed me instead of him.
Right, James's breakup buddy. And finally, Lee, what is your relationship with Jake?
This is Jake. I once knocked him into a grave with a frisbee.
So there we have it. Oti's damaged dancer, James's breakup buddy, or Lee's frisbeed friend. David's team, where to begin?
OK, so why were you on German Strictly?
Oh, so I live in Germany, and that's where the UK version found me.
And Jake was your...
He was the celebrity.
What does he do?
He's a weatherman.
He's a weatherman.
Wetterman.
What is he?
Wetterman.
He's a German weatherman.
But he's very talented because he's a weatherman. I mean, this is difficult to do.
Well,
and he can dance. I have a lot of admiration for the weatherman and weatherwomen.
Yeah, but that's all you're doing is showing people to tables. It probably looks really skillful.
How good a dancer was he? Because on Strictly, you often have people that aren't very good.
We made it up to week 9.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, in German, that's 0, so it means week 0.
No.
Nine means
it's
no.
It's close enough, Rob. It's close enough as a joke.
9 does not mean 0.
It means week no, OK?
No,
just let it go.
No, because the joke doesn't work.
Well, I think you'll find that all us lot disagree.
So what happened? You said you hit him?
Yeah, so this was during a live show, right? And the worst part is, that was the end of the number. So you have to go there and stand by the judges.
No, the worst part is he knocked his tooth out. Typical dancer mentality, and the worst thing is we got judged terribly.
Did you get through to the next week?
Yeah, it's Germany. They vote.
Germany have got a terrible history for voting for the wrong person, don't they?
Yeah.
Why is that an ooh? Surely you would agree with that. Yeah. Why is that contentious?
No,
is that a room splitter?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we liked Adolf Hitler.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just contemplating the rise of fascism.
What about James?
James, what's the scenario?
This is Jake, and when he split up with his girlfriend, everyone blamed me instead of him.
Why?
Because I had to deliver the news.
What do you mean?
We wrote a letter together. We were like 15, and it was Jake's first girlfriend, and he hadn't got experience of how to break up with people. And to be fair, not even less. And we decided, he's like, I've got to break up with her, and I don't know how to do it.
Why has he got to break up with her?
They weren't really clicking, they didn't have much chemistry.
Right.
Did you write it together?
Yeah, we wrote it together in a field.
Do you remember that letter at all?
It was... I remember it started off with, Dear Yvonne, this is the hardest letter I've ever had to write.
Why were you in a field?
We went for... We liked to go for a lot of walks, me and Jake.
I can see what's happening here. Am I the only one that knows what's happening here?
Why didn't he write it on his own? Why you?
Because I think he was worried he would say the wrong thing, and so we tried to, like...
So he wanted to make sure?
Yeah, it's like, maybe we can work on it together, and we sat down in the field and we wrote this letter.
And can you remember more of the text?
I know that it didn't really drop the bombshell until a little bit in, because I remember when I gave it to her, to begin with, she was very excited to receive a letter from Jake, and then she was going through...
Did you stand there while she was reading the letter?
Yeah.
You stood there?
Well, I just had... So, she was in my form, so I had to go over to her table and go, oh, this is from Jake. And she was like, oh, Jake's given me a letter, and then all the girls on the table were like, yes!
Why did you give it to in front of other people?
I was 15 years old. You're a grown man.
Did she look at you, like, did she blame it on you straight away?
Yeah, as soon as they all got to that bit, they all looked at me and were like, and were really furious with me and really angry.
Right. I see.
And Jake was, Jake's a wild boy. They kind of expected it from him.
you say wild, what exactly do you mean?
He went through a phase when he used to jump in the school long jump pit naked. He played Mr. Hyde in a play and licked a girl's face. I was in a band with him. Really? Yeah, he was a keyboard player, but he couldn't play keyboard, so we turned it all the way down. Then we chucked him out the band and he smashed his keyboard up in the woods.
He really is a wild man. All right. Now, what about Lee?
So, Lee, what's this grave frisbee
Just remind us, Lee.
This is Jake, and I once knocked him into a grave with a frisbee.
So, how did that happen?
Well, there was a frisbee, and it hit him, and he fell in the grave. I mean... What more do you need to know, David?
Were you in a cemetery?
I was just on the edge of a cemetery. I was on the other side of a wall of a cemetery.
Mm-hmm. And so, what were you playing with? A friend? Kids?
I find frisbee on my own quite hard. I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of this is Jake, and I once hit him with a boomerang, and he fell into a grave.
So, who were you playing frisbee with?
With my son.
And how high was the wall of this cemetery?
It was about... It's quite low. It's about 3 foot, 4 foot. Just a very, very low wall.
In French?
No, it was in the countryside in England.
No, because 3 foot, 4 foot is what in French? I don't know.
It is 4 foot. No, sorry, it's 4 foot.
What was he doing in the cemetery?
What was he doing?
Yeah.
He was actually the grave digger. Look at his face. Of course I'm telling the truth. I say grave digger, I mean body snatcher.
Why were you there? Were you on holiday?
I just was having a day out to some church my wife wanted to see. So my wife and my son and me, we went off. We went off to a field, had a look at a church. My wife loves the church, so she had a look at the church. Me and my son are not interested in church. Are you all right there? And I said, well, me and you, we always take a frisbee because everywhere she goes and looks at, we're often on Oxford Street when she's shopping.
So how did she find out about that particular church?
She went on Google when she was looking about slugs.
So how did he fall in the grave?
Because he was looking at his hole. The hole he just dug, and he obviously just finished. He was very proud. It's a 6-foot hole. It takes a long time to dig a 6-foot hole. Trust me, I know. I've buried a few. And he's looking down, thinking, I finally finished. And but as luck would have it, my son missed it, went over his head, hit him on the back of the knee, and he's gone straight in.
OK. How did you know he fell into the grave?
How do I know he fell in the grave? Because there was a fella stood there and then he wasn't.
All right, we need an answer. So, David's team. Is Jake Otie's damaged dancer, James's breakup buddy, or Lee's frisbeed friend?
I don't buy the dancing, but I think James's story is very plausible, and they look alike anyway.
That's not a rule.
They're not claiming to be brothers, they're claiming to be friends.
Well, you have to have a reason. That's my reason. There you go.
What are you thinking, Danny?
James. I really believe this story.
Yeah. David?
Yeah, I think probably James.
Oh, OK. There's no doubt within your team, David.
There's no doubt.
We think we know, and which is absurd, because, of course, we don't. But,
Jake, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Jake, and James helped me break up with my girlfriend.
Yes, Jake is James's breakup buddy. Thank you very much, Jake.
Once, when I spotted an ex-boyfriend in a department store, I pretended to be a shop mannequin to avoid having to speak to him.
Lee?
Well, I know what I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, it's probably different. Sorry, you want to see the mannequin thing? Oh, right, oh, yeah, whatever. Do that, yeah. Do that, but then we do mine, yeah?
I would like to see the mannequin impression.
Well, it was in the department where they used to sell a lot of fabrics, and they used to have mannequins draped in just swathes of cloth. So I grabbed a swathe of fabric and just dragged it across my shoulder, and it was full length.
Where was this? Well, we haven't said where it was.
It was in Dickens and Jones on Regent Street.
Oh, lovely.
And when was this?
Oh, it's a long time ago, early in the 60s.
Surely you weren't old enough to shop on your own in the early 60s, Joan?
So gallant.
No, I'm kidding, I believe you.
I've said sorry to mannequins before now, in the department stores. I've done
Yeah,
that.
but what were you doing to them?
Yeah.
What do you think, Lee? Is it the truth?
Warwick, what do you think? Do you think there's...
I think she's telling the truth.
Really? Do you think...
The thing for me is, if you're within 6, 8 foot of an X and you don't recognise it because you're static, it just seems...
I wouldn't know. I've never been allowed within 8 feet of my own. Go on, then. I'll say it's a lie.
OK, they're saying it's a lie. Joan, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It's a lie.
I used to vet potential boyfriends by getting them to play me at darts. I could tell more about them in one game than I could on 10 dates.
David.
So, what was it about their darts playing that told you things about their personality?
Stance. It's the sort of liquidity of the way they stand in that position.
The liquidity.
But was this linked to, you thought, their character or their physical prowess, if I can put it that way?
It's character. It was all about the character.
Well, here's the thing, because one of our panellists is quite accomplished at darts.
Oh, yeah.
It's Lee. So, Lee, would you demonstrate?
Yes.
And then we could ask Joanna to analyse and come to her own conclusions.
You're good at darts.
I've been known to do double tops. I think you know what I'm saying. So what I tend to do is I tend to go like this. That's the line. And now I'll take my dart.
Where's the board, sorry?
That's a good question. That's what I was thinking. That's the first thing I'd do is I'd go, hang on, there's no board. Because I know what I'm doing. And then I would take the dart. I will lean forward with all the weight on the right leg, keeping it straight, of course. I'm not an idiot. I'll then raise the hand, the little finger. Note the little finger is in the air. It's weight. If I put it down, I will fall to the left. I have to ballast myself with the finger out. And I'd go like that. Might give a cheeky wiggle of the bottom to the lady watching. And then... Oh, he's only got an 880 again. I'm going to collect the things. I'm so proud. I'll probably moonwalk to the board. Oh, Christ. I didn't know about that. Usually, ockies are straight. And then I would grab the darts like that. And go, they're for you, princess. That's how I roll.
Now then, you've seen a fulsome display. So what judgments, what conclusions would you have come to about Lee from that?
You all saw it. There's evidence there of the kind of... It's about a certain sort of flow.
Yes.
And I think Lee gives quite a good impression of being a bit of a moron.
It's true, he does. He does.
But what I think that belies is the fact that underneath it he is a bit of a kind old softy.
Yay!
Yay! And that's kind of what I'm looking for.
So, David, what do you think?
Kirsty, what do you think?
I would tend to think it's true.
Correct?
Yeah, I sort of think the same.
Can I say I'm sort of 70%? I'm not 100%.
So what percent are you?
50.
You're 50?
Well, the thing is, it could be either, that's the thing.
Well, that...
I know! True. True. OK, so, Joanna, truth or lie?
In fact, it is a lie.
For 6 years, I pretended to a girlfriend that I was partially deaf.
Seems reasonable enough. David's team, what do you think?
After how many years of going out with her did this start?
Shamefully quickly.
Was by pretending to be partially deaf how you clinched the deal early on?
Are you saying I have to use pity to attract people?
I'm saying you might have used pity.
I'm not above it.
Did she have a very irritating habit that precipitated your going deaf?
Yes, talking. She was talking about something that was very important to her, some emotional thing.
Right.
And she said you weren't listening to me and got very upset, started crying, and so I thought I'll lie and tell her I'm deaf in one ear. Which I did.
And at that point, what you're saying to her is, I didn't hear anything because I'm deaf in one ear. I thought we were sitting together in silence. That's what I thought was happening.
No, I had my attention taken up with something else, and I said it apologetically.
Stroking his guide dog. Well, that's what he called it, anyway.
Did you elaborate on why you were deaf in the ear after you had to go? What was your reason?
I said that when I was a child, I had nearly drowned when I was like 4 in a swimming pool, and this had left me deaf in one ear. I clearly tried shaking my head, and I felt quite bad because I told the lie early on, and then I had to maintain it.
So did you tell her ever after the 6 years, or did the relationship just break up and you never told her?
I never told her.
Right.
I didn't tell her. I wrote about it in a newspaper column.
That's nice.
Because she's a Geordie, they're robust.
Actually, to be fair, now that adds credence to the fact he didn't want to hear her, so...
I'm just trying to put myself in the position of that woman. 6 years! You've lied. You've lied to me.
A big lie?
It's quite a big lie.
You'd be surprised how often it doesn't come up.
Now that's a big lie. And the advantage is, after telling that lie, half the times it comes up, you can pretend you haven't heard.
So what do you think?
So you think it's...
A lie.
You think it's a lie?
Horrifically, I think it's true.
I think it might be true.
You think it's true? Charlie, is it truth or lie?
It's true.
Everything that you just told us is true.
Yes, I'm afraid it is. And it was terrible. It was such a burden.
Oh, poor you! Yeah.
The first time I introduced her to my parents, we're going down to meet them on the train. I suddenly thought, oh, God, she's going to mention the... And so I had to turn round to her and say, don't bring it up, my mother blames herself. I didn't want to lose her. I was desperate. Having told this terrible lie, I was locked into it. I daren't tell her I was going to... Can't you see that? Don't you find that moving? You, cold-hearted monster!
I'm not having this! You can't call us cold-hearted. You've lived
People
a
make
6 year
mistakes,
life.
David!
Yes, and for which they must be punished.
So yes, it's amazingly true. Charlie did pretend to a girlfriend for 6 cruel years that he was partially deaf. Ironically, like all his other girlfriends, she was partially sighted. So, Rory, who is Jamie to you?
This is Jamie, and after a mix-up in a tattoo parlour, we now have each other's tattoo.
Daisy, how do you know Jamie?
This is my ex-boyfriend, Jamie, and I used to put sleeping pills in my parents' tea so I could sneak him into the house.
And finally, Lee, what is your relationship with Jamie?
This is Jamie. While staying at an Airbnb, I mistook him for an intruder and attacked him with a whisk.
So, there we have it. David's team, where would you like to begin?
Daisy, when did you go out with Jamie?
When I was about 14, 15.
Where did you get the sleeping pills?
My mother had them to get to sleep.
What was the drug?
It was just regular kind of night-old sleeping pills.
I don't know.
Over the counter?
Over the counter.
But they weren't prescription. They weren't like some hardcore thing from a doctor. So you were trying to get them just to nod off a little bit earlier than they would have done.
Yes.
What sort of time would you administer the dose?
So I would administer, especially when they're watching Inspector Morse. So I'd say, "Can I make you a cup of tea?" They'd say, "Yes, please," and I'd be in the kitchen putting them in the
How many times did you do this? How often did you do this as a tactic?
I think for the duration of our relationship.
Which was?
About a year.
What was it about Jamie that was so unacceptable to your waking parents?
Because he was a very angry goth. And he didn't treat me very well.
See, I wasn't necessarily assuming that your parents didn't approve of the relationship, just that they didn't approve of you, the thought of you holding hands with him.
No.
Did you think you were coming on Jeremy Kyle?
So you've drugged your parents. What happens next?
Then they go to sleep.
What, in the chair?
No, they say...
And you say, come on in, you come, my lover, don't worry about them, they're out for the couch.
They say, strangely, this episode of Inspector Morse
doesn't seem as gripping as yours.
Let's get an early night. Who cares who did it?
They get very tired watching the show. They poodle off up to bed. At this point, he's finished work at the Chinese restaurant, so I sneak him round the back gate.
And because he's a goth, he's very well camouflaged in the dark.
Then Mum goes to bed, and we just listen to Iron Maiden very quietly and write goth poetry together.
I've never heard that euphemism.
No.
But... OK, and this happened for about a year, and were your parents unaware of the relationship altogether?
No, because they woke up once. And...
You went and got the chloroform and the hanky.
So they woke up, and my mum walks into the room to find some black goth hair on my pillow and says, Paul, which is my dad, get down here now. Daisy's smuggled in Jamie. Kick him out of the house and say something responsible. So my dad said, get out my house, you pillock.
OK, now then, what about Rory?
OK, so Rory, what was going to be your tattoo and what tattoo did you end up with?
I wanted a tattoo of a crescent moon. Quite classy.
Yeah.
Instead... Easy. Instead, I got a picture of Popeye's face.
And where?
Just there on my left shoulder blade.
Have you still got it?
Yes.
And how did the mix-up occur?
We were on holiday in Thailand together. Bit of a lads' booze up. One thing led to another. We all got a bit merry, shall we say. And I don't think it was Jamie's idea. I think it's probably Sam, my other friend, who said, let's all get tattoos.
Yeah, that sounds like Sam. That's a kind of...
It's a very Sam thing to do.
Yeah.
When was this, Rory?
Late 2000s.
The late 2000s?
Sorry, early 2000s, my bad.
The early 2000s.
Well, the late 2000s will be nearly 1,000 years. A long time in the future.
So, you're in Thailand.
Yeah.
Talk us through the tattoo parlour. Where was it situated?
Koh Phangan. So you fly in, you get to Bangkok, and then I think...
If you're lucky.
And then you travel to Koh Phangan, and there's this little parlour, and they're used to tourists coming in all the time, and they have multiple beds, if I remember correctly.
How classy.
And not that kind of establishment. And then you choose out of a book what you want.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go...
I know what a book is.
I'll have the number 4, Jamie wanted the number 5, or whatever
With rice,
it was.
or...?
Not that kind of establishment.
Okay.
And then
So it is neither a restaurant nor a brothel. The kind of establishment it is a tattoo parlour with beds and a low standard of administrative competence.
You'd have gone out of the storm on this stag weekend, David.
Rory, how long was it before you realised the mistake?
Immediately. Yeah, you stand up, there's a mirror there, you go like that. And there wasn't a picture of a classy crescent moon, there was a picture of Popeye's face with the pipe and everything.
Who was more upset by this outcome, you or Jamie?
Me, by far.
Right.
Absolutely. He's now got a classy crescent moon on his back. I've got Popeye. Are you not following this?
OK, now then, what about Lee? Remind us, Lee, of your claim.
So this is Jamie, and while staying in an Airbnb, I mistook him for an intruder, and I attacked him with a whisk.
OK. And where was the Airbnb?
The Airbnb was in Rye.
And why were you staying in an Airbnb in Rye?
Because I like to get away from my family, full stop. No, I like to go away and write and just get some peace and quiet, so I go away for 2 or 3 days, occasionally, very occasionally.
Why did you
Get married in the first place? I don't know. I've asked myself every day the same question.
Why did you choose a whisk over a knife?
Well, as you may know, that a lot of people that are attacked in their home are often attacked with their own weapons, because what they do is they take a weapon, like a hammer, and they go, get out of my house, and then the burglar panics, and then he grabs the hammer, and a fight ensues, and then the person ends up getting injured. So when I opened the drawer, I had to make a selection. And I couldn't go knife for the reasons I've just explained. I looked at big rolling pin. I could get attacked with that. But you can't go the other way either. You can't pick up the Mr. Men jelly mould. And I had to find out what was the perfect middle ground between... It looks aggressive and offensive, but I think it'll be all right if he tries to hit me with it. What's the most he's going to do? Mess my hair up?
And you wouldn't want a knife. You wouldn't want to kill him. You'd have a whisk. You could just beat him.
You beat with a fork, you whisk with a whisk.
The applause begs to differ. Let's set the scene. Paint a more vivid picture for us.
It was daytime.
It was daytime?
Yeah. I mistook him for an intruder because I subsequently found out that on the email that was sent by the person who owned the house, they said, oh, by the way, someone's coming, whatever it was, Saturday afternoon, to have a look at the wood-burning stove. I hope that's OK. There'll only be 20 minutes or whatever. So I was asleep, and it was about midday, something like that, and I hear a noise downstairs. And then he starts playing around with the wood-burning stove.
Oh, no.
And I get worried. I think someone's down there.
Because the noise is sort of...
sorry, well, you are Welsh. Are you asking me the time? And so I go downstairs and I see this figure. I panic. And I was going to say, get out, or else. I don't know what I was thinking. I just ran at him.
I'll whip you to a soft peak.
Oh, I definitely didn't say that to him. No, never say that to a strange man in your house, David. And I whacked him on the back really hard, just kept whacking him and whacking him.
You hadn't previously challenged him or asked him why he was there. You just went straight in and battered him with a hand whisk.
I just panicked and I was
just straight in, went to the kitchen, got the hand, batter.
No, there's no batter involved.
Well, we need an answer. So David's team, is Jamie Rory's branded buddy, Daisy's smuggled sweetheart, or Lee's innocent intruder?
What do you think, Diane?
Well, I'm not sure about night owl. I don't think it's that strong. So I think Daisy's lying.
Yeah.
How old do you have to be to know about Popeye?
Oh, that's...
Why
would he pick... Yeah.
It doesn't ring true.
OK.
You know that if it's not Daisy and not Rory, that means it's Lee.
That's right. It can't be Lee.
So, what's it going to be, David?
I think it's Daisy.
You think it's Daisy?
I could be persuaded that it's Daisy.
We'll go with Daisy.
You're going to say Daisy?
Yeah.
Jamie, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Jamie, and I used to sneak into Daisy's house.
Well done, guys. Yes, Jamie is Daisy's smuggled sweetheart. Of course, this is not something you should ever do, putting sleeping pills in someone's tea. And thank you very much, Jamie.
I can always remember all my ex-girlfriends' names and the order in which I went out with them because their initials happen to make the acronym B.E.R.M.U.D.A.
OK, off we go. B.E.R.M.U.D.A. B.
What?
B.
B.
Will you please give me the names of all your ex-girlfriends and make the acronym Bermuda as quickly as possible, please?
OK. Brenda.
Oh. Brenda. Superb. Brenda is still as popular a name as ever. E. Ethel. I'm helping you. What's the next one?
Ethel.
E. Is it Ethel?
No, it's not Ethel.
Enid.
No, it's not Enid. Have another guess. Erin.
Sorry?
Erin.
Erin. OK.
I'll just spell Bermuda.
Well, I know, I was joking, yes. Sorry, R. That was... That was actually Regine.
Sorry? Regime, as in regime change?
No.
Next up after Regine.
Regine was the lovely Molly. Molly. I could tell you a thing or two about Molly, but this isn't the time.
Next one.
What about you?
This is the weird one. Right?
Yeah.
They're all a bit weird.
Not actually her name, right, but in my nickname for her, Una.
What was her real name?
Sally.
Why did you call Sally Una?
Because Una Stubbs played Aunt Sally in Wurzel Gummidge.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
He's good.
Yeah, Dave, experimental year. If you've forgotten it, I'll never forgive you. Happy days,
Dave, the D, that's what you're saying. The D is Dave.
Of course I'm not.
OK.
Delia. Not the Delia. And may I say, not my mother, who was called Delia. True story. Definitely not her.
But that's why it popped into your head now as you were making it up. And A
was Alex.
That certainly is a serendipitous series.
Yeah, if that wasn't serendipitous, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
What was the M again?
What?
The M again?
Molly.
And the E
was... What? The E. I'll tell you exactly what the E was.
The E was...
It was, in fact. I'll tell you exactly... Erin! You! What?
And the U!
And I loved her. No?
The U!
Sally!
Real name?
Sally.
Yes. Come on, Lee, you know this. The D.
Give me a D!
The D was...
Mummy! Deirdre!
The E.
Give me an E! Erin!
The B.
Give me a B! That was a long time ago, to be fair. Brenda.
And the R.
And the R was Regine. Regine? Little Regine.
Yeah. Well,
Is that a name? Regine. It's a name, isn't it? Tell me it's a name. Regine's a name. Anything's a name, isn't it? I went out with a girl called Cupboard for 3 weeks. Not a joke.
Where did Cupboard come in the Bermuda list?
Oh, she was before I invented the acronym system.
Sorry, it was a system. It didn't happen by accident. You were seeking out people beginning with these letters. What was it about the island of Bermuda?
Because all my ex-girlfriends went missing.
So what do you think, David? What does your team think?
I think it's a lie.
Would he go with somebody called Brenda?
What do you mean, would I go? Yes, she was Miss World, right? She came and she said to me, I really like you. And I went, I like you. What's your name? Brenda. Forget it.
So what's it going to be, David?
I think it's preposterous because it's preposterous.
I think it's a lie. I think it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah.
Lee, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
Of course I was telling a lie.
Oh, yes, well done.
I once dumped my boyfriend on a plane, then parachuted straight out of the door to avoid dealing with the aftermath.
David's team.
Wow. So what was the plane? What was the context?
It was with the army. I was doing a sort of army exercise because I was being taken on by the Royal Engineers as a sapper, a celebrity sapper, and I had to detonate a bomb and do all sorts of things. And one of the things was a parachute jump, and my boyfriend came with me, sweetly.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what a sapper is?
No.
David,
like the army.
David has an awareness of the military. What is a sapper?
What do you mean I have an awareness of the military? A sapper is a sort of soldier.
Thank you. That's me.
Did you plan on breaking up with your boyfriend pre this trip?
It wasn't going well, and I thought I had been trying to work out the exact moment when it would be good, and he really wanted to come with me on the day, and to be honest, I wanted to go on my own because there's just going to be me and about
loads of soldiers.
1,000 soldiers.
We've all had days like that, Anneka.
And as the day progressed, I just got more and more annoyed that he was there. And then we went up in the aeroplane, and he just said, "I don't think things are really going well. You seem a bit distant today." And I just said, "I don't think it's working."
And the man in charge was thinking, I hope she doesn't mean the parachute.
Was he then going to follow you? Was your boyfriend jumping?
No,
as
he
well?
didn't have a parachute.
Oh, right.
So he
I hope he didn't just out of instinct follow you. Come back.
Is your love admin, do you think, a reasonable use of our defence budget? I mean... what? I mean...
Yes. What was the altitude when you jumped?
I don't know.
Well, they didn't say.
Does 1,000 feet, 15... Who parachutes?
1,000 feet?
I would say 8 to 12 or something like that.
8 to 12 feet?
I find that quite challenging. What are you thinking? Is she telling the truth? Did this happen?
Well, I have one problem with this story, which is that if you're thinking you need to, end your relationship, that's potentially an embarrassing, awkward moment, something you might be inclined to put off. And one of the things, if I were you, I might be inclined to put it off until after, is the occasion when I have to jump out of an aircraft. Because
this is why there's never been a popular programme called Challenge David.
Well, yeah, but...
People would set you some brave challenges and you'd very calmly and rationally explain why you couldn't possibly do them.
No, but assuming, hypothetically, that I have agreed to jump out of an aircraft...
Yes.
Yeah.
I would not have that conversation just before I jumped out of the aircraft. I'd think, well, I might, look on the bright side, the fall might kill me, in which case I'd never have to have the conversation.
She did say that she hadn't planned to. It was because he said, you seem a bit distant.
Yes, but not as distant as she seemed a second later as she fell towards the ground.
Samson, what are you thinking?
I can't buy it. I would have just broken up with him on the ground.
I think it's almost certainly true.
Almost certainly true?
Yeah.
So what are you going to say, David?
I think it might be true.
Anneka, jumping out of a plane and breaking up, was it true or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
Oh!
OK. When I worked in McDonald's, my long-term girlfriend joined the queue to my till, and when she got to the counter, she dumped me.
Lee.
So how old were you?
I was 18. I think I was 18.
OK, so you're 18 years old.
How long did you consider a long-term girlfriend to be when you were 18?
Well, she was actually my first girlfriend. Her name was, presumably is, Kate. Not in touch, she could have died. I mean, I don't know. But,
yeah, look on the bright side.
Kay dumped you. Was she special?
She was. She was.
It's a Special K joke. I'm not explaining it all. Am I allowed to mention Special K, Rob, or do I have to mention crunching on cornflakes?
Well, I think when it comes to breakfast cereals, there is one that stands head and shoulders above all the rest.
So how long was long-term?
2 years. But when you're 18, that's a long-term relationship.
Can you remember what she said to you?
I can't actually, Miranda, no. But what made it doubly heartbreaking was I loved that job, and...
What? Well, you didn't get sacked, did you?
Well, no, but I loved the job, and then she came in and broke my heart at this place that meant so much to me, and that added to the emotional impact of what she said.
What was it about the job that you loved so much?
Let me tell you a fact about this place. This is amazing, right? The regular meat, which is the meat that goes in their signature burger, it goes from frozen to fully cooked in 44 seconds. I found this amazing.
Fascinating. I wonder why she dumped you.
I
think we should get back to the girl.
Well, she got to the front of the queue. She dumped me there and then. And I left my station, didn't serve the other customers, and then I went to the storeroom and I sat on a box of gherkins. And I cried my eyes out.
Oh, that's gherkins for you, though.
Kay put in her order. She puts in her order and says, I would like burger. Oh, Kate. Oh, that changes everything.
What's her name? Kate.
Hang on, Richard, what's her name?
Special K joke doesn't work. I didn't want to send it.
No.
Oh, it's Kate.
Kate.
Yeah. I thought it deserved a bigger laugh.
I wondered why the hell you said it. You're always trying to work it round to Crunchy Nut. Leave him alone.
I don't. Richard, you be young Richard, OK, at the counter of this fast food outlet.
OK.
David, you are a normal customer.
Okay.
Dale is Kate.
Oh. Could I please have a fillet-o fish, but with no cheese? Hold the cheese, and put the cheese on the chips, please.
But not with cheese and bread.
Excuse me, where are the toilets?
They're actually just next to my till, actually. The door's just about there.
I'll, see you later, Kate.
Oh, gosh, it's my girlfriend Kate. Hello, Kate.
Well, I thought I'd come in and see you tonight. I haven't heard from...
Oh, it's Meryl Streep in The Iron Lady.
I'm afraid, Richard, it's over. You're just not my kind of guy.
Oh, beautiful. So what are you thinking, Lee? Does this sound credible to you?
I'm suddenly going truth, and I think he was dumped in a queue at said burger joint. I find it staggering that he remembers all the facts that he remembers about how long it takes meat to defrost, and yet he cannot remember what she actually said when she got to the front of the queue.
But is he...
The answer to that is he's a man.
So, Lee, what's it going to be? Truth or lie?
Are we going... You're saying lie, Claire? Is that what you're saying? Miranda says true.
Yeah.
Go on, we'll go with Miranda and say it's true.
You're going to say it's true? OK. Richard Bacon, was that the truth or was it a lie?
That story is true.
I once watched a sad film immediately before breaking up with a boyfriend so I could generate enough tears to mask my indifference.
Right. Wow. Lee's team.
When was this?
This was about 12 years ago.
Right. So the obvious question to ask is, what was the name of the boyfriend?
Jan.
Jan? Jan.
Jan.
Do you mean Jan as in Jan because he was Scandinavian?
No.
Do you mean no as in N-O?
It was a nickname.
Yeah?
For January.
Oh, his name was January, now it makes sense. What was his surname?
Warren.
January Warren?
Yeah. How did you meet January Warren? At a calendar fair or something?
Yes,
How long have you been seeing each other?
4 months.
And what was the film you chose to watch?
Beaches. So sad at the end.
I don't think I've ever seen Beaches.
Bette Midler. Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Bette Midler.
Say Bette Midler one more time.
Bette Midler.
I remember it now.
The wind beneath my wings. That's where that song is from. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be.
I feel like I should press a button to close the curtains at the creme at this moment.
Sarah, I'm going to be January Warren. And we're going to recreate it, OK?
OK.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing, honey? I just got to tell you, I've never been as happy in a relationship as I am... as I am with you. Honey, you look a little upset. What's the matter, sweetie? Honey, is something wrong? You want some fun time? Make it right? You've been watching Beaches again, right?
It sounds like I've been watching The Muppets.
I don't know if I'm upset about the film or your American accent, but I can't spend any more time with you, Jan.
You know what? I'm turning into Fozzie Bear.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did you watch Beaches with him?
Yeah.
You sat with him to watch it, and the plan was always to finish by the end of the film.
I thought, I know I'll cry if I watch Beaches, and that he would be, like, less angry because I was already crying.
So how did January react?
He was sad.
Well, he'd been watching Beaches as well. So already he's in a terrible mood.
He was sad. but he told me that he understood.
What do you think, Kate?
I think that I would choose Beaches to make me cry. I think that's plausible. I think because it's a really sad film.
Ed, what are you thinking?
I think it's true. They're 100% true.
I'm going to go 70% lie.
Right, well, I'm going to commit even further. I'm going to say 50% true. It's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
Of course it's a lie.
OK. Sarah, truth or lie?
A lie!
It's a lie. Sarah didn't watch a sad film just before a breakup. So, Warwick, what is Neil to you?
Well, this is Neil, and he paid me to jump out of a tree in the park and propose to his girlfriend whilst dressed as an Ewok.
Paul, how do you know Neil?
This is Neil, he's my neighbour, and when he goes on holiday, I look after his parrot and take it out in the cage for a walk.
And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Neil?
This is Neil, and to prove my manhood, I once assaulted a womble in front of him.
So there we have it. Warwick's park proposer, Paul's parrot-walking neighbour, or Lee's womble witness. David, where do you want to begin?
Where to begin? Yes. So, Warwick.
Yes.
Clarify exactly the transaction that you underwent with Neil.
He paid me to dress as an Ewok and propose to his girlfriend.
So, but if you proposed to his girlfriend, you then might have to marry his girlfriend.
No, he was on his behalf. I mean, himself and his girlfriend were huge Star Wars fans.
So you have got the costume at home just all the time?
Well, I was given one after working on the film.
Oh, they give you one. You ought to get that on eBay. Then you wouldn't have to jump out of trees and propose to people.
You're obviously a successful actor. You know, obviously been in Star Wars, and you must have been doing better than having to pick the little jobs like this up.
Yeah, but I mean...
He's here, isn't he?
There are sort of ups and downs in any actor's career.
I say it again, he's here, isn't he?
What was your line? What did you have to say?
Well, I hopped out of the tree and I went, yup, yup, which is Ewok language for yippee. And I said, on behalf of Neil, will you marry him? And thankfully she said yes. And then he came out from behind a bush.
I don't...
So the girl was in the park by herself. He's hiding behind a bush. He's not with her that day.
No.
You jump out of a tree dressed as an Ewok, saying yup yup, and she stayed still and waited to hear the rest of the sentence.
No, Neil and I had organised it. She always went this way home from work.
So she was walking home from work as well?
Yeah.
Was it after dark?
No, it was in the summer.
OK.
So you knew she'd passed that particular tree?
Yes.
What was her name?
Tracy.
That is a name.
That is a name.
So you just walk away, leaving the two lovers together, and you just go home and feel...
That's an image, isn't it?
Mission
Them kissing and in the distance, a little Ewok. Walks away like that, with a little wave.
Mission accomplished.
Just as he goes over the horizon.
Yep.
My job here is done.
Yeah. It's like
As he's giving out the leaflets for the local restaurant.
And did you get an invite to the wedding?
Yes, I did, yeah.
You did? Did you go?
No, I didn't go.
No.
There's no money in that.
And how did it come about? How did he get in touch with you? And
well, Neil came to a Star Wars convention that I was at.
Right.
And I knew him when I was a kid. I didn't really remember him, but then when he asked me that I'm going to propose to my girlfriend, she's a huge fan, you know, and offered me some money to do it. I mean, I still...
That's what friends are for.
And have there been a progression of, like, did he start with Han Solo and go, right, he doesn't want to do it?
All relationship starts with Han Solo.
OK, well, let's move on to Paul. Now, Neil is your neighbour.
Yeah.
And he owns a parrot.
Yes.
Why does the parrot need walking?
It needs to get out in the fresh air.
So you walk down the road just with the parrot in a cage?
Well, he's actually got...
It's not like great exercise for the parrot, that, is it?
No, it's to get the air. It's to get the air, and it keeps
Couldn't you just use a hairdryer?
What colour is the parrot?
Well, it's got a blue head and sort of bronzy wings.
Blue head, brown wings.
Yeah, a little dark
sure
down
it's
the
not
bottom.
a pigeon?
It's bright blue.
All right. I mean, you seem to me too busy to be doing that as well. What does your neighbour do for a job?
Poor Warwick, but he doesn't seem too busy to be doing jumping out of trees.
I think you'd take it into the garden, just let it get some fresh air.
No, it's actually the movement. He wants to see where,
well, you could walk round the garden, couldn't you?
He could do, but...
You know those washing lines on a pole that spin round? You could just attach it to that
And where would you go on this walk, Paul? Where?
We live in a village, and literally just up the lane. There's a little path which breaks out into the wheat fields, and literally I don't go as far as I normally walk the dog, but about halfway up the field and back. He offered me to have this. It's like a haversack. It's weird, and it's got a connection. You can actually hold it on your back.
No way.
Yes.
In the cage?
In the cage.
Oh, I thought you meant without the cage, and I thought it could take off.
Now, what about Lee?
So, Lee, the Womble assault.
Yes.
Tell the story.
Well, there was a Womble. And
No, there wasn't. Wombles don't exist. It's a lie.
It's not an actual Womble. It's a toy Womble. And the story is I went away on holiday when I was 16, and it was me and Neil and another friend of ours, John, and we went to a little caravan site in Blackpool, and I took the Womble with me, because I had this Womble since I was a little kid. And I don't know why, but I took it on holiday with me, and when I opened the suitcase, them two mercilessly took the mickey out of me, and I said, that old thing, I don't even know how it got in there, and to prove my manhood, I got a pair of scissors, cut its ears off, and then burnt it on the fire. And was devastated, but I tried to show my manhood by just not being bothered. I don't bother about that, so...
Did you cry later on?
I was crying as I did it inside, but on the outside laughing. It's a bit like this show.
I will say, Lee, to me, you have never seemed more human. How did your friends react when you sliced up the Womble with the scissors? Did they go, yeah, you're a great lad? Or were they...
You and your boy talk.
I know, I talk. Yeah.
It was a pretty rough comprehensive you went to, wasn't it? Yes, they all said, you are a great lad. Together, as they chanted and rang their bells at the same time. You are a great lad, a great lad, a great... They danced around me and put up the maypole.
How did your friends react when they saw you? Did they sort of go, oh, yeah, that's great, ha, 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 he's one of the lads still? Or did they go, oh, my God, he's a maniac?
Right. They were really having a bit of fun going, it's your Womble. They didn't expect me to go, no, it's not.
Yes, you burnt it.
I burnt his face against the fire in those.
Sorry, I'd forgotten that bit.
Yeah.
Priceless. I better burn its face so that I seem normal.
We need an answer, David. Is Neil Warwick's park proposer, Paul's parrot walking neighbour, or Lee's Womble witness?
Joan, what do you think?
Well, I think if I was a fan of Warwick and the show, I would think that would be quite a larky thing to do.
I genuinely hope it's not true about Lee, because I think that must have been a very upsetting thing.
Me too.
And then it must have been very upsetting when the point came you realise you have to use that terrible moment in your past on a TV comedy show.
David, it is Series 7. I'm getting desperate.
I know.
By Series 23, I'll be going, I had to see a child psychologist because Mummy left.
Go on the show with an eye patch on saying, I blinded myself in one eye before the show. Who knows? Will it be an eye or a wound? I think the parrot one is the least plausible for me.
I think Warwick's telling the truth. I think that's the closest to reality.
I hope it is.
I think I, too, think it's most likely to be Warwick that's telling the truth.
You think it's Warwick? You think it's the Ewok? It's the jumping out of the tree and the proposal?
That's what we're going with.
Right. Neil, would you please reveal your true identity?
Rob, my name is Neil, and I'm a friend of Lee's, and I witnessed the Womble
I think I feel 1,000 years older.
Thank you very much, Neil. Thank you.